In the mid-1970s, as Bob Marley's voice began echoing far beyond the dusty yards of Trenchtown, Jamaica, he found himself carrying a new burden, one that had nothing to do with fame. Years earlier, a publishing contract had locked many of his compositions into the hands of Cayman Music, a decision made when he was still struggling, still finding his way. But by the time his songwriting matured into spiritual anthems and global calls for unity, Marley understood that the songs he created would become the very heartbeat of reggae, and that he wasn't the one who would truly benefit from them. So he made a choice that almost no superstar has ever made. Bob Marley quietly transferred the songwriting rights of several of his most cherished songs, including No Woman, No Cry, not to himself, not to a business, not to a label, but to a man who had once helped feed him when he was hungry, Vincent Ford. Ford wasn't a musician. He wasn't a producer. He wasn't looking for fame. He ran a small soup kitchen in Trenchtown, where hungry youth lined up at dusk with empty bowls and hopeful eyes. Marley had once been one of those youths, and he never forgot. By listing Ford as the official songwriter, Marley ensured that every time the song played, every radio spin, every performance, every royalty check, money flowed straight back into the neighborhood that had raised him. Those profits kept Ford's kitchen alive. They paid for pots of rice, vegetables, a little chicken when times were good, and bread when times were lean. They kept stoves burning and doors open, even when political violence and poverty swept through Kingston streets. Marley never announced this act of charity. He never explained it to journalists or used it as a badge of virtue. To him, it was simply justice, a way of returning a blessing to the man and the community that had once kept him standing. Through Vincent Ford, Bob Marley turned a contractual trap into a lifeline. And so, when the world sings No Woman, No Cry, they're not just celebrating Marley's genius. They're hearing the echoes of a Trenchtown kitchen at night, the laughter of hungry children fed, the warmth of a community lifted, bowl by bowl, note by note, by a song whose royalties still honor the spirit of giving that shaped one of the greatest musicians of all time.